In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a lead scraping hack that involves scraping data from Google Maps using a free Chrome extension and then leveraging tools like ChatGPT Agent or Perplexity to find contact emails and then craft personalized cold outreach emails. And I know that might have sounded like a lot, but I'm going to walk through this step by step, so be sure to stick around for the full video. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan. I appreciate you being here, and I help founders and executives leverage AI by scaling content, saving time, and building a strong personal brand online. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools, prompts, and even automation templates, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. So first of all, what is this lead scraping hack that I'm referring to? Well, in this situation, I run a marketing agency. I specialize in high ticket lead generation. And let's say, for instance, I want to go after local HVAC companies in my area to do marketing services for them. Well, instead of typing in HVAC companies Des Moines and then going one by one, visiting websites, trying to find contact emails, and then going through and trying to craft personalized cold outreach emails to each of these companies, that can be very tedious and also time consuming. And instead of doing it manually that way, we can leverage a Chrome extension called the Instant Data Scraper. And then paired with that, we can use tools like ChatGPT Agent and Perplexity to do research for us, and then leverage a customized version of AI like a ChatGPT project or a custom GPT to help us craft these personalized cold outreach emails. So that is the gist of what I'm working on. Now, I know that there are various situations that are relevant to not just a marketing agency doing high ticket lead gen for HVAC companies. You could apply this to a lot of things, but that is the point or the purpose of what I'm going to show you with this lead scraping hack. So now let's dive in, and I'm going to show you step by step how you can do this. So the first thing you need to do is download this free Chrome extension called the Instant Data Scraper. It looks like a Pokeball icon here. Has over 6.5 thousand ratings, over 1 million uses. I'll leave a link to this in the video description below. Once you download this, I'd recommend clicking on Manage Extensions up here and then make sure it's pinned towards the front of your different Chrome extensions. Like mine's pinned on the very front right here. That's going to be useful for the next step. So after you've installed the Instant Data Scraper, head over to Google search. And in this particular instance, I'm going to type in plumbing companies Des Moines. Let's say, for instance, I want to go after plumbing companies to perform high ticket lead gen services for them for my marketing agency. Now, this is obviously going to change depending on whatever your service is and whatever the area is that you're located. This is just for example purposes. So then I'm going to scroll down and find businesses with the map pack here. I'm going to click more businesses, and then you'll notice all the results on the left-hand side. So now what I'm going to do is simply come over here and highlight all of these results on page 1. Once you've highlighted that, find the Pokeball icon for Instant Data Scraper in your extensions, go ahead and click it, and it will automatically scrape all of this data in a CSV format. Then all you need to do is click Download CSV file. It will download the CSV file to your browser. I'm going to click Downloads, drag that off to my desktop. I'd recommend naming this just for organizational purposes, not duplicate. I'm going to click Rename, and we're just going to do Plumbing Des Moines, just for simple purposes here, and drag that off. Let's drag our browser back to the center. And then once we've done that, you'll notice here, if I click the data scraper again, it comes up with all this details like company name, Google reviews, the addresses, how it opened 24 hours. It has the website URL, but it does not have the contact email. Of course, Google My Business on the profile is not going to provide that contact email for all of these different businesses. So that's the next step in what we need. And there are a few ways that you can do this. Number one is you can use something like ChatGPT Agent Mode. I had this run in the background where it went and pulled up its own browser internally and found all of these different contact emails for all these HVAC companies that I did in a previous run through. But what you can do, I'm actually going to copy and paste this prompt and open up a new chat. What you can do here, and again, you have to be on the plus version in order to get agent mode. This will not work on the free plan of ChatGPT, but I have an alternative that I'll show you next, is click agent mode, click add files, as we want to add that CSV file that we just got, Plumbing Companies Des Moines, and then I'm going to paste the following prompt. I will leave this in the video description below. So basically, all I'm saying is based on this data, I need you to research each company and find a contact email, and then basically provide that in a table format, and then also a concise email template for cold outreach. Then I'm going to click go. And this does take a little bit with ChatGPT agent mode, probably like 5 to 10 minutes. If you're looking for a more sped up process, you can use something like Perplexity. So again, if we go to Perplexity, I'm going to go back to the main screen as I was doing this earlier. Go back to the main screen. I'm using Pro. This works better on Perplexity Pro, but you can use the free version for this. Make sure you're on research mode or just search mode right here. So I have Pro search enabled, which is a benefit there. And then what you can do is click upload file or attach file, click local files, find that CSV file. I'm going to paste it right here. And then what I'm going to do is paste that prompt from before. Based on the spreadsheet data, I need you to research and provide a bunch of contact emails. Then I'm going to click enter. And then Perplexity is going to run this research in the background. And so you'll see agent mode when open and pulled its own browser, and it's doing all of this research internally on its own browser right here. That takes a little bit. Perplexity definitely does not take that long, but I'm going to skip ahead and wait till all of these outputs are complete. So while Perplexity provided this table of contact emails in only a few minutes here, notice how it only successfully completed about half of these, right? I see a lot of these no direct email found. And unfortunately, that's going to be the case oftentimes regardless, as some of these companies just will not post their contact emails on their website. But I did find this issue to be more prevalent with Perplexity versus ChatGPT agent mode, for example, came back and actually provided a lot more contact emails than Perplexity did. Now, this is from the previous example. Notice how this took 19 minutes, scraped through 57 searches and 255 sources. So that one I just showed you earlier, this is still running in the background. I did not want to wait a full 19 minutes for this to complete, as I'm showing you a previous example where I did the same thing for HVAC companies. So if you want more accurate results and a better chance to get actual contact emails, I did find that ChatGPT agent mode is best for this versus Perplexity research. But we're going to work with the data that we have here in the next step. And so now what you want to do is pull up ChatGPT, for instance. I'm going to copy and paste this prompt from before. So I'm going to copy this. I would recommend using a project for this. The more customized we can get AI for something like a cold email outreach template, the better off our results are going to be. So I'm going to paste that prompt. I'll leave this in the video description below as well. And this prompt reads the following: create a personalized cold email template for each one of these companies to pitch my high-ticket lead gen services for my marketing agency, giving it instructions on my signature and just making sure the copy sounds exactly like me. Here are the leads. So I'm going to come back to Perplexity. I'm going to copy and paste this table here. Now, again, it's not going to find, emails for everyone, but I'm just using this simply. Come back here, paste that in right here, click enter, and now it's going to come back and craft personalized cold outreach email templates for each one of these leads here. So it says, got it based on the voice from your files. Here are the personalized cold email templates. So here's clogbusters, drain cleaning, and repair. And I did ask it to make it concise and short. You can obviously make these longer, make them shorter, personalize them even more, depending on the exact company and situation. Placeholders, hey, first name, blah, blah, blah. Shawl, hot plumbing and heating, right? So it did give me, looks like 7, 8, 9, 10, looks like over 17, about 19, 20 different cold outreach templates here for those companies. However, if you do want to get better data here, of course, what we would do, start a new chat, paste that same thing in here, is take this data from ChatGPT agent mode. So I'm going to come back to ChatGPT agent mode, copy table, go back to that new chat and ChatGPT I had, paste it in right here, click enter, and then this is going to get you better results because there was more accurate data with agent mode than there was using Perplexity research. And then from there, obviously you would go in and use your email marketing service or CRM and do a cold email outreach campaign and then tweak some of this copy and some of the information depending on how you see fit. But that is the tutorial in essence on how we can scrape leads or scrape data from Google Maps, leverage a free Chrome extension like Instant Data Scraper, and then also leverage ChatGPT agent mode for research or Perplexity for research, and then use a ChatGPT project or a custom GPT ChatGPT for more personalized results on cold email outreach templates. I hope you guys are following along by now and appreciate this type of tutorial. There are so many different use cases that you can use for this, but I thought this was super unique and I wanted to share it with you. And so, if you've made it this far into the video, first of all, I appreciate you. If you found any form of value here, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. But most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.